Good morning, Messy Sisterhood. It's Thursday, and you've almost made it to Friday. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts with the Messy Sisterhood here on Thursday, July 28th, 2022. It's the end of another month. And it's one of those things where I just don't know where the month went. So incredibly fast. And even the days lately have been moving at an odd speed. One day feels like it should be a week. Another day feels like, I just sipped my coffee and now it's time to, write the end of day report, so to speak. I know, I always, when you look at yourself in a video, it's hard not to mess with your hair and whatnot. Anyways, because I'm a mess, can't you tell? I haven't gotten to doing the hair today, but wanted to share our Thursday thoughts together. This week, there's been a word that's really been on my heart, a single word, and the word is restore. There is a prayer. Good morning, Miss Patrice. There's a prayer that I sometimes use first thing in the morning, and a line from it says, "May I restore my soul through faith in you, source of all healing." And this week, as I've used that prayer in my quiet time, first thing in the morning, that phrase, restore my soul, has really been like, I just breathe before I say it. I'm like, may I restore my soul? And I stop there, restore my soul through faith in you, source of all healing. And I realized that as I thought about that word restore, a few things jumped out at me. Number one, if we need to restore something, it's because it's being used. And not in the negative, abusive way, although some people are used and abused in their work, in their family, in their friendships, in those kinds of places. But this restore is referring to just daily use, and everybody has that daily use. Because you have to restore something doesn't mean it doesn't have value anymore. The act of restoring means that there was a need. We restore things back to baseline. We restore things back to their original state. We restore things that have been broken. We restore things that haven't been used in a while and might be dusty or need to be oiled or something because that joint, that part hasn't been used very often. And so when I present myself each morning and I say, may I restore my soul in you, source of all healing, through faith in you, source of all healing. I'm saying that my soul worked yesterday. And before I can start today, I need to present that to you. Because you, Lord, created that soul. You created and know me better than anyone else. And how do I restore that soul? I restore that soul through faith in you. And why do I put my faith in you? Because you are the source of my healing. Now, I know that many have different feelings about healing based on your denominational teachings and things like that, but I want you to hear me. He created us down to the very fiber of our being. And as we go through this world that is not our home, we will need to be restored. Restoring something doesn't devalue it, does it? Restoring something actually brings the value back. But it never says that because it had to be restored, that it lost value. Right? Anybody watch Antiques Roadshow? I'm really dating myself there, aren't I? But I love public television. And they talk about, if this had been in mint condition, but it always has value. Someone found it. I would take this to a restorer and say, this has been in a dusty attic for 25, 50 years. It needs to be restored. Maybe there's a part of you that you laid down a long time ago. Maybe you have a gift or a talent that once you had kids, you just kind of walked away from. Or once you started your career, it wasn't something you could really touch into. How often do we get frustrated when we see people who are able to use their talents as their career? We don't really understand. But there's a place for restoration. There's a place for us to lay our hearts before the Lord every day, our soul before the Lord every day, and say, may I restore my soul through faith in you. This body's wearing away. I'm going to get wrinkles and there's going to be problems and things like that. We know that this physical stuff is going to happen. That's part of aging. But daily I'm going to lay my soul before you, Lord, because while I'm wasting away outwardly, inwardly I'm being renewed day by day. Right? And that experience brings wisdom. And that wisdom builds into our character. And there's so much that of life that we enjoy differently when we can lay our soul before the Lord and say, restore me today. Before I do anything else, Lord, I just need you to restore me. I need you to fill me up. I need you to be my source of healing. My faith is in you for something I don't see. Right? Faith is the evidence of things unseen. So today, I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are at the end of this month. I don't know where you are in your walk, in your relationships, in your life. But I do know that we all need to be restored every day. So if you feel like you need to be restored and you haven't put that forward because you feel like that means that you're weak, you're wrong. You're wrong. We all need to be restored day by day. If you put something down or aside for a while because you couldn't fit it in your life or it wasn't the right season or anything like that, and it's time to restore that thing, pick it back up. Take it to Jesus and say, Lord, I need to restore this. I want you to restore this. Maybe it was something that you held on to before you were a person of faith and you put it down and God is nudging you saying, hey, you need to pay attention to that. Maybe you used to sing and you need to sing again. Maybe you used to do art. Maybe you used to play an instrument. Maybe you used to write. Maybe you used to ride a bike or motorcycle or whatever the thing is. And it's time to restore that thing. Maybe you used to have a really close friendship with someone, but because life's paths took you different ways, you're afraid to go back to them and say, Lord, I need to restore this. You might be surprised. Maybe they need to restore it too. But we can take it to the Lord because He is the source of our healing. And we're all healing every day. Every day. There's something that God is working on. When we were little, we used to sing this song, He's still working on me to make me what I ought to be. It took Him just a week to make the moon and stars, the sun and the earth and Jupiter and Mars. How loving and patient He must be, because He's still working on me. It's Thursday, friends, and you've almost made it to Friday. I encourage you today, be restored. Place your soul before Him and say, restore my soul through faith in you, source of all healing, because He is. Doesn't mean that we don't need other things to help heal. It means that He is the place to start. And He will be the place at the end. So it's worth the time and the energy to just place yourself in a state that says, it's okay to restore me. It's okay to need to be restored. And He's the one that can do it. He's not the one to judge you over it. He's the one who will sit with you and say, let's bring this back to the beauty that it once was. Let's bring this back to the strength that it once was. Let's bring this back for the purpose that I created it for, not how it's been used in the past. Let's heal up these spaces that have holes in them. Let's restore this place that is broken. That's what He does. That's what He does. But He won't pry it from your hands. He won't stand there and force you and bully you and holler and scream at you to want restoration. He'll simply wait. And the restoration that He gives is so amazing and greater than anything we've ever experienced that we'll just keep coming back to Him for that healing. So I hope you join me here next week on Thursday morning around 9 Eastern Standard Time so that we can enjoy more Thursday Thoughts together. And I pray that this day and into this weekend you find restoration in Him. Have a great day.